car was fantastic. We ran the Hoosier R7s on it. Classic looking tire. All the bodywork hung together. Here inside the car, got just all of our bits and pieces here. There's kind of a cool note on the dashboard. My crew chief, Tom McCarthy, he put a little note there for me so I could see what was going on. Tom's just a great crew chief. All the custom metalwork in the back of this car is just amazing. You know, it's to see it all shining and the guys have the car so clean and perfect. It's really kind of neat. It always just impresses me when they come back here and see everything so shiny. Fuel fill, it's back here. Window comes out real easily. These panels pop out. You get access right to the top side of the rear suspension, which is really easy to work on the car. Make any alignment changes or setting changes. Got the wing back here, adjustable, and similar to the earlier style. This is essentially, these two cars bookmark each other, right? So we have, in 1981, we have the first Holbert-built prototype tube frame chassis, and then Dave Clem was inspired and directed by Porsche Motorsports, Al Holbert, and what they ended up doing is they built 7 of the Fab cars based on this prototype. This is the last one. So basically what we have here is we have number 1 prototype to the final penultimate car right here, number 7, as the cars were completed. So this is the Holbert-built 1 of 1. This is the 7th of the 7 Fabcar-built cars. Just perfect to have them bookmarked right next to each other here at the Rolex Reunion here in 2025.
Bobby was just explaining this to me on the turbos over here. The differences in this one having the one pipe where the wastegates are actually coming out here and going into the header. And the reason why it goes into the header is that runs back in to slow down the turbo to prevent the overboost on this one. Whereas on this later one, you've got the separate pipe that comes out. And I guess they resolved the overboost issue on that to allow a freer flow out of the wastegate. I was asking him why this one had the wastegates going back into the exhaust pipe versus going into a separate pipe.
Another really cool thing is this like almost medieval looking stuff here. It's like, look at this torque wrench. My goodness, this thing must weigh, 50 pounds. Look at the wheel nut, right? This has got to be, this is huge wheel nut. What's this like? That's 90 millimeters, right? You got the wheel nut here. Boom. Got the torque wrench.
For me?
Right?
300 what? 350?
500.
500 foot-pounds of torque. It's like something from such an exaggerated size. Look at that size of the head on that thing compared to my wrist. Oh my gosh, right? This is so cool. Jack, what do you got going on here?
Just a couple final checks, getting ready to go out and track. Check everything over, make sure it's tight.
What's like your top 3 things that you check that make you freak out at night, keep you up at night?
Oil, water, and spark plug vibrating loose. 3 kind of things that are easy to forget, easy to miss.
What's it, the harmonic balance? It's just like this harmonically loosens up the plugs?
Yep, these belts likes to come loose, so we always keep an eye on them. Make sure when we do the warm up, the belts stay straight on the pulley and not moving around, not doing anything weird.
That's pretty cool. I noticed, Gary, your intake manifold is so much smaller than mine. That's pretty cool, It looks like they got that sorted out by the time they built the final one, huh?
Well, this whole engine is wider and shorter. This early on, the 924s when they started out were a collaboration between Audi and Porsche and VW. They were kind of all involved in that. So this
Did Audi always ever use the 2.25 liter motor that yours is, or was that a 2 liter Audi motor that Porsche then went out to 2.25 liter?
I think it was a 2 liter Audi motor that Porsche, amped up a little bit before they went in.
Yeah.
In 83, 84, when the 944 evolved out of the 924 is when the Porsche put a Porsche only motor. Audi didn't have any involvement in that.
Penske shocks, remote reservoir adjustables, and everything's so shiny and new on this car. What's going on with all this metal down here? So this car was restored just about 3 or 4 years ago, and then going back over by DA Sport, taken all apart, put back together, everything nut and bolted and safety wired everywhere. I see that there's just sparkle in here.
I think our team has probably done as good or better job than they did back when they were racing this thing full time. This car is as perfect as a 1981 924 GTR could be.
reservoirs, front and rear brake master and clutch master reservoirs here. Checking out the brake fluid level here. We're using like a Castrol SRF in this car. Just a perfect, you know, for the heat qualities that has and the ability not to boil. High boiling point, but also great performance through the whole course of a weekend. We got a intercooler here in the center of this car. Big old intercooler down here low and in the center. Got a radiator out on each side of the car. This car has 2 water pumps on it. One for the cylinder head circuit on top. And then a second water pump down below here that does this cooling circuit for the block. Pretty cool. The Kugelfischer mechanical fuel injection pump. Can't get any simpler than that. We've got a Bosch ignition distributor back here. Just loosen up that bolt, change the timing right there. That's fantastic. Nice and easy, super simple. Over the years, the guys write the shock pressures on the canisters. That's 180 pounds of goes in there, nitrogen. This fuel pressure gauge right here. Just pretty cool. We're on an MSD ignition coil. Got a little coolant tank right there. Just takes a big old Fram oil filter and a housing, remote housing right here. Down there, they see the orange Fram down there. What else do we see here, Gary?
We see a hot rod that's ready to go racing.
Now you got a Lexan windshield.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I could see
this thing is as light as we can get it. I don't know.
What did it get down to? Like 2,300 pounds?
Yeah, like 23 without me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get into the race day here today and all the excitement, and I'm sure the team's going to want to pack up and head back east and out of the state of California, man. You know, and head back east.
It's been a wonderful week, though.
We got VR coming up.
VR.
We got to get hoofed back because these guys are going right back to work in less than 10 days.
Yeah.
We're going to be loading up the 91, 944 GTR, the 924 GTR 36. The hazardous sports car, number 22, will go back. And then we got the Genie, Alan Friedman. Alan Friedman had a great weekend. It was great to see him out here again. This is his 3rd year out here with us.
You know, he started the whole PCA club racing.
He's like the grandfather of PCA club racing.
I mean, it's amazing to have him here with us.
I was in that first race, Pocono 1990, and Alan Friedman there, and locally Bob Russo, and they were we're coming up with this thing. You got to try it. You got to do it.
Were you in Mr. Happy?
No, I was in that silver 911.
Well, you know, we love the 911s and the cup cars and everything, but there is something special about these transaxle cars, whether it be the turbo cups that we run in HSR or these GTRs. Man, they're just amazing, the balance and how they handle and how easy they are to drive fast. I mean, they really.
I mean, you can get a business guy or whatever your field might be. You could jump in one of these cars for the weekend. You got a great team behind you that keeps you safe, looks over your shoulder for you, does some of the thinking for you. And then we got an angel in the hill there. We got Johannes Van Overbeck. He's up in the hills there, radioing into the car and telling us, hey, you're turning in too early or brake later. And it's just a fantastic package that Dot Sport puts together at the course of beginning to end on a weekend, right?